A major blow for the medical marijuana business in parts of San Diego County. The next steps for dispensaries operating now.
I am one police stop away from being murdered. And that's not even, it's crazy that I'm not exaggerating when I say that.
Demanding change, the call to action from a new generation of leaders in one San Diego community.
I'm Eric Anderson, KPBS News. Where do you go if you're trying to get support for a soccer stadium in San Diego? You go to where the soccer fans are. Evening edition starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. A presidential travel ban is back on hold. A federal judge in Hawaii just issued a nationwide temporary restraining order. This ruling stops President Trump's executive order from going into effect tomorrow. More than a half dozen states are challenging the ban, including California. Hawaii argues the ban discriminates on the basis of nationality. Applications for Mexican citizenship are on the rise in San Diego. Many immigrants who lack legal status in the U.S. are getting citizenship for their children, just in case they're deported. KPBS Frontiers reporter Jean Guerrero has the story.
Here at the Mexican consulate in Little Italy, consular officials just held a discussion arguing for the importance of getting Mexican citizenship. Some say it's more urgent now than ever because of President Trump's proposed changes to immigration policy. The event at the consulate library celebrated the 10-year anniversary of a constitutional reform in Mexico that allowed Mexicans to get dual nationality for the first time. Prior to that, Mexicans who applied to become U.S. citizens lost their Mexican citizenship. Now the consulate is urging people to become dual citizens. Consul General Marcelo Solorio says immigrants who entered the U.S. illegally should get Mexican citizenship for their children in case of deportation.
Now, if they go back to Mexico, they already have their birth certificate, their Mexican birth certificate, and it will be easier for them to get them to school and health services.
The consulate is hosting workshops to advocate for Mexican citizenship and is helping people obtain it. Solorio says the consulate has seen an uptick in the number of applications for Mexican citizenship this year, from about 100 a month last year to 150 a month this year. Border Angels founder Enrique Morones also spoke at the event. He was the first person to get Mexican citizenship when Mexico first allowed dual nationality a decade ago.
I strongly recommend that other people do the same thing I did because it means you have a love for both countries. And now more than ever, with some of the messages we're getting from certain people about being superior, America first, those types of things, there's no country that's superior.
The consulate will be hosting an event here this Saturday, specifically geared toward immigrants who want to get their Mexican citizenship. Jean Guerrero, KPBS News.
The military scandal involving nude and suggestive photos appears to be widening beyond the Marine Corps. Reports now involve several commands with ties to San Diego. KPBS reporter Steve Walsh has the latest.
This first came out last week that a Facebook group, Marines United, posted photos of female Marines and veterans. Navy Times is now reporting that it found more photos on publicly accessible websites from across the Navy. The list includes women from the carrier USS Roosevelt and the hospital ship Mercy, which are both ported in San Diego. Also, Naval Base San Diego and Naval Air Station North Island. Late Tuesday, Chief of Naval Operations Admiral John Richardson sent a message to all commanders fleet-wide telling them not to look the other way when it comes to the conduct that demeans female sailors. General Robert Naylor was grilled by members of the Senate Armed Services Committee Tuesday. He admitted the treatment of women in the Marines is a systemic problem.
You know, you've heard it before, but we're going to have to change how we see ourselves and how we treat each other.
NCIS is investigating the initial allegations. The Marines also issued a new social media policy emphasizing which activities could lead to court-martial. Steve Walsh, KPBS News.
Today, San Diego County supervisors vote to ban all marijuana sales. KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen says a 7-year-old ordinance that allowed for medical marijuana sales in unincorporated San Diego County is being repealed.
Supervisor Kristen Gaspar was the first to propose this all-out ban back in January. She says medical marijuana is not a moral issue for her, but that the county's ordinance regulating dispensaries puts too much of a burden on law enforcement and the county's budget.
You know, what is at hand here is really a decision on, can I manage the unintended consequences, and whether it's reasonable to think that intensifying a use can be managed in light of everything else that's going on.
Voters in San Diego County generally support access to marijuana. Supervisors Ron Roberts and Greg Cox voted against the ban. Cox says today's action opens the opportunity for a county-wide referendum that would rewrite the rules.
I think you're going to find that we will basically have abdicated our ability as a board of supervisors to regulate certainly the use of medicinal marijuana.
The handful of licensed dispensaries on unincorporated county land will have to shut down within 5 years. That is, unless the predictions of a countywide referendum come true before then. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
Soccer City San Diego backers are taking another step closer to redeveloping the Qualcomm Stadium site in Mission Valley. KPBS reporter Eric Anderson joins us from Mission Hills. Eric?
Well, small steps indeed, Ebony. The FS Investment Group that's looking to bring an MLS team here is looking to redevelop a section of Mission Valley that currently houses Qualcomm Stadium. Now, that's 166 acres where the stadium and parking lot currently exist. They want to build a $200 million stadium there, 55 acres of parkland, including a river park and some sport fields, 2.5 million square feet of office space, 4,800 homes, 750,000 square feet of commercial space, and 2 hotels. And that all begins with the gathering of signatures.
Signatures start today. We expect they'll take between 45 and 60 days to gather. It will then go to the city clerk, who will make sure the signatures are all correctly signed and they're appropriate. It will be in front of the city council kind of end of June, early July. And then hopefully we'll have a soccer-specific stadium plan ready to go and we'll be in front of the MLS.
Investor Nick Stone says there is no guarantee that Major League Soccer will award a franchise to San Diego, but he says if the soccer stadium redevelopment project gets pushed to a public vote, San Diego will likely lose out. He says a vote would come too late for the MLS, and they have lots of other cities to choose from. Taxpayer advocate April Bowling says that would be a shame. She says the redevelopment plan offers a lot for San Diego residents, including a long-sought-after river park.
This is a park that we are going to get up front. And all of this, as Nick mentioned, is happening without us having to raise taxes, without having the city council have to come up with money up front or along the way to be able to make this a reality.
Now, of course, part of what makes this a reality is whether or not the Major League Soccer League decides to give San Diego a franchise. We won't know that until the fall. They're going to pick 4 teams out of 12. And the developers say that if the city of San Diego approves this project, but MLS decides not to award a soccer team, then they would lose their rights to redevelop the area. In Mission Hills, I'm Eric Anderson, KPBS News.
Thanks, Eric. San Diego scientists have created a lab-grown model of the anorexic brain using stem cells from patients with the eating disorder. KPBS science reporter David Wagner has more.
Skin cells were taken from 7 anorexia patients and converted into stem cells in the lab. Those stem cells were then coaxed into becoming brain cells, and this provided researchers with a new model for studying this eating disorder. UC San Diego's Alison Muotri says he and his colleagues were able to find a genetic difference between the anorexic brain models and the models derived from healthy patients.
Our results point that there is a strong genetic factor, and moreover, it suggests that there's a specific pathway in their brains that is altered.
Muotri says the number of patients studied was small, so the results will need to be confirmed in follow-up studies. David Wagner, KPBS News.
There's a chorus of new voices coming from Southeast San Diego. These are young leaders working on issues like racial injustice, gang violence, and unemployment. And they say they're doing it their own way. KPBS reporter Claire Tragesser has the first in a two-part series.
There's more black-on-black shootings in our nation than ever before.
Those unfounded comments from City Councilwoman Myrtle Cole ignited a blaze last summer. Cole represents District 4, which includes Southeast San Diego and has the largest percentage of African Americans in the city. Immediately, young people in her district organized a campaign calling on her to resign.
We're just going to take charge and you're going to hear us. You know.
Community organizer Aaron Harvey says the mobilization showed young leaders' power. Cole didn't resign, but she did apologize.
So we've taken over a couple meetings. We've pressed some people to let them know that, you know, this isn't a photo op or a circus or a game.
Harvey became an organizer after being arrested for allegedly associating with gang members accused in a shooting. A judge dismissed the charges against him, but not before he spent 7 months in jail. He says his work is personal and urgent because he's scared for himself and perceives the police as a threat.
I am one police stop away from being murdered. And that's not even, it's crazy that I'm not exaggerating when I say that.
Harvey and other young leaders are working to change the area known as Southeast San Diego. Last year, its unemployment rate was over 14% compared to under 5% in the rest of the city, according to census data. And more than 12% of its households received food stamps compared to 6% in the rest of the city.
It's a slow death. And when you become aware that you are slowly dying in all aspects, whether it be nutrition with the food deserts, the unclean water, the over-policing, the poor education, the misallocation of funds, you know, mass incarceration, it's more to it than just a bullet.
He says he and others from his generation watched their parents and grandparents working for incremental change within the system, but things haven't improved enough. That's what makes their work so urgent and their patience so low.
People are dying systematically, and once you become aware of that, you can't. There's something in you that just won't allow you to be quiet.
So we're going to start.
Armand King shares that frustration. He grew up in Southeast San Diego, got involved with gangs, and spent time in jail.
What was lacking from my life? What could have deterred me into a better direction? What could have made me not be starting over at 30 years old? What? And, you know, it was the lack of a quality mentor.
So he started a nonprofit that teaches culinary and business skills. He says his generation aims to fill the voids in their community by becoming activists and establishing programs.
I've seen in recent days, like maybe older pastors that have been around forever just almost get corrected by this young generation, because it's not about that. It's not about going along with the norm. It's not about, okay, I fighting over grants, and it's not about that. It's about the people, and the people have been suffering. The help has not been there. There's a church on every corner in Southeast San Diego. If the work was being done, we'd see a difference.
This is where we have our newspapers for sale.
Chida Warren is the managing editor and co-publisher of Voice and Viewpoint, San Diego's African-American newspaper. She runs the paper with her father and says her generation shouldn't ignore the work their elders have done.
You don't always have to reinvent the wheel, but if you know your history in terms of how organization took place, how organized, how groups got together and organized their thoughts and their causes, I think that might be one key thing that's missing consistently.
She says her parents' generation has improved the community and points to the civil rights movement as a time of big change. She says today's activists could consider taking a page from the past.
I think right now there's so much energy involved in issues that are taking place that people really want to all kind of rush to the front and tackle it. They want to see change immediately. But you know, change takes time.
It's easier for somebody who's not catching hell to say incremental change, or be patient or play the game. Well, people have been playing the game for a very long time, and it's getting worse.
Organizers like Harvey say they won't be patient as they work to agitate the establishment and demand improvement. Claire Tregesser, KPBS News.
Looks like foggy skies for the next few days in San Diego. Shanae Shocker has the forecast.
Well, a cold front beginning to push on shore across the northern California coast and into the Pacific Northwest. But hey, us here down in Southern California are sitting nice and pretty. Just seeing a little bit more cloud cover out towards our region. You can see that here on the satellite. A couple of spotty showers off the coast, and we've seen a little bit more of those higher cloud tops as well. For tonight, looking to stay dry, 59 for your low. And we will be seeing the lower cloud cover and that fog filter in throughout this evening. So any flights that you may be trying to catch, could be some travel delays. So check in with that. We will begin to see that dissipate as we head throughout our daytime hours tomorrow. Now around the county, you're going to be seeing the lower clouds as well as some of that fog in places. Out towards the mountains, our lows for tonight going to be in those upper 40s. Mount Laguna at 47 degrees. Out towards the deserts, 60 for our lows. So staying pretty comfortable out there throughout the evening hours as well. 51 into Oceanside for tonight. Now, area of high pressure is still sitting right over the Four Corners. That's continuing to keep the deserts very warm into our Thursday and into the end of this week. And we're not as hot out near the coast as we see that slight onshore flow, that marine layer keeping us a little bit cooler out there. But we're not quite going to get the complete cool off with this cold front passing through. You can see the tail end of that really beginning to dissipate as we head towards the weekend. So we will have a slight cool down, but we're not talking any big changes coming up. So this weekend, that cold front keeps that moisture off towards our north here. Hot weather to continue out towards the deserts and Southern California region. How this plays out into the end of your work week, temperatures only climbing into those lower 70s. We'll see some of that fog towards the morning hours and then begin to see that break up as we head out towards our daytime hours. Now, mostly cloudy conditions and cooling temperatures as we head back to work on our Monday. So do expect some of those clouds to be back around the region for your Monday. Now, as we head inland, temperature is going to be a little bit warmer out here. To wrap up our work week, 83 degrees on our Friday. Once again, seeing that fog in through our Saturday as well throughout the morning hours. So do make sure that you have those low beams on. We'll be in those upper 70s in through the weekend and then dropping a little bit, mostly cloudy skies into Monday with a high of 74 as you head back to work. Out towards the mountains, cooler conditions on the way here. We're in the 60s. It is beautiful weather out here. Partly sunny conditions into our Friday and cooler conditions as we head towards our Monday. But the deserts remain extremely hot even into our Monday as well. For KPBS News, I'm Shanae Shocker.
The state launched a new school accountability system today. It's called the Dashboard, and it's designed to help parents get a fuller picture of how schools in their area are doing. As a mom, I wanted to test it out, so I took it for a spin with KPBS education reporter Megan Burks.
I think now is the time to gear up to figure out what preschool they should go into, just in case that preschool feeds into a kindergarten program that we're interested in going to.
So the state just launched this new dashboard for parents like you who are trying to get an idea of how schools in their neighborhoods are doing. So it used to be just sort of this number from 200 to 1,000 that didn't really tell parents a whole lot other than sort of how the school did on standardized tests. With this dashboard launching today, you can get a pretty good look at suspension rates, how English language learners are doing, of course math and English scores, but also things like absenteeism. Do you want to take a look?
Definitely, thanks.
So like I said, in the past you would get this number that didn't really tell you a whole lot. This year, the state is switching to colors.
Okay. So if I wanted to find the best academic performing elementary school options for my children, would I go to this box here and then just see which schools in that box are in our area, or?
Yeah, so you'd want to kind of look in the blues and greens and see which schools you would be able to send your kids to. Here, like, it says that there's too many schools to list, so you would click on it and then see the full list. So
awesome. Hearst is right around the corner.
Oh, perfect.
So that's an option.
So it sounds like Hearst is a pretty good option for you. Do you
Yes.
want to kind of drill down and see more data?
Yes, that sounds good.
So here you see English learners, foster youth, homeless, socioeconomically disadvantaged, and then all kinds of different ethnicities. And you can see how each group is doing for suspensions, for example.
So these remind me of beach balls.
Mm-hmm.
But is there something that says exactly what that means? Like, I know it says blue, the highest, green.
Yeah, so if you go back to this matrix over here, again, you see up here that they're scoring 45 or more points above what the state wants to see.
Awesome.
And they've been increasing over time.
Okay.
So that's what the blue beach ball means. If it's a red beach ball, it means that they're scoring as much as 70 points below, and they're actually seeing decline or just kind of maintaining those poor scores.
Well, then of course I want blue.
Yeah, every parent wants blue, and now you can find them.
So this is a very useful tool that I'll be visiting again. What if other parents want to check it out?
They can just go to our website, kpbs.org, and we'll link them to it.
Awesome.
San Diego City Opera champions new and contemporary works in English and Spanish with an emphasis on community building. KPBS arts reporter Beth Accomando gets an early look at its first commissioned work, St. Francis de los Barrios.
What did you say? Joseph Martin Waters' enthusiasm for what he does is obvious. Just look at him work on one of the songs for the newly commissioned opera, St. Francis de los Barrios.
Scoundrel, mongrel, sinner, winner, scam, champ.
The opera was inspired by a story Waters heard of why Pope Francis took his name from St. Francis of Assisi.
And he said it was because Francis was the first environmentalist, person who thought of himself as not above the other creatures of the planet and really saw people as being part of something bigger than themselves.
City Opera also has its eye on the bigger picture. Founded in 2014, the company wants to tell stories rooted in the community of our border cities.
And that got me to thinking that it could be a very interesting subject to bring Francis into the present day. Anyway, so one thing led to another, and now we have an opera set in Tijuana among the transgender sex workers living in poverty and in danger and who are afflicted with HIV, and trying to bring that into, in some way, happening in our present time in a magical, realistic type setting.
Waters is composing the opera, and Alan Havis is the librettist providing the words. He was excited by the possibilities of a modern St. Francis.
Well, because it wasn't literally the historic St. Francis, but it was a archetype on the border or in Tijuana, and the idea that there would be a political undercurrent. It wouldn't just simply be about a religious point of view or a spiritual point of view, but they would have a body politic.
So Francis in the opera is, he's bi, and he's a cross-dresser. And we decided that he should be a countertenor, someone who could go from a man's voice way up into this woman's voice and really be between genders.
I ask, where is Christ? Where is Christ?
So Francis thinking about Christ and who was Christ and who are you and what can I do?
The opera is still a work in progress, and the tracks Waters was playing were just rough mixes. But they convey how Waters wants to challenge expectations of what opera can be.
So this is called Corner Room in Hell, and this is where Francis has been badgered by this corrupt TJ chief of police for quite a while. And at a certain point, Francis has just had it, and he rips him a new one. And so I thought the right style for this is this a tango from hell.
There's a corner room for you in hell's high tower.
As with many artists, Waters has been inspired to create art in reaction to policies coming from the new Trump administration.
I think of Donald Trump when I was writing that piece, actually. It allowed me to take out some of my anger.
Such overt politics may not please everyone, but that's fine with City Opera and its artists. In fact, part of the challenge of creating modern opera is to define a new relevance for it.
And to puncture cliches, and to actually make people a little bit uncomfortable with a social or political idea.
Which raises another challenge. Will it find an audience? City Opera hopes so.
I think that the work, even though it has some very trigger points of politics and of emotional and social pain, be it HIV or poverty, I think that the end of the narrative will be very, very hopeful.
The next challenge for City Opera is to find an unconventional space suited to the opera, because it likes to do site-specific projects rather than to perform within the conventional four walls of a theater. Yet another way it wants to redefine opera for a modern audience. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
Selections from the work in progress St. Francis de los Barrios will be performed this Friday as part of the Nuimo Festival. Here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. On Morning Edition, the San Diego Latino Film Festival returns to Fashion Valley. See how artists celebrate diversity through Latin cinema. And on Midday Edition, he couldn't resist the pull of the tides. Hear from the author who travels around the world to learn more about the rise and fall of sea levels. That's tomorrow on KPBS Radio. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/Evening Edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.